Jamie, why are you still living in my family's house?
What kind of question is that?
Starting today, I'll be living at my parents' house again.
What? I never heard anything about how you'd be coming back here to stay with all of us. Well, I did hear something, but that was about you coming next month for a little bit. What happened to that?
Well, I have all this time on my hands right now, so I was thinking I might come sooner than planned. And when I told my mom I'd be coming, she said that you were still living in their house with them, and I was shocked. So you and my brother are still living in that house together with my parents?
Yeah, and the plan was to continue living with both your parents for the long run. And, well, we had heard about how you planned to come back here and to have your baby. But we never heard anything about how you were planning on coming back today now. I don't think the room or anything else is ready for you quite yet.
To be honest with you, I assumed you were no longer in that house, Jamie. But now it seems like things haven't changed at all, and that's just pitiful.
Huh? Pitiful? What do you mean by that? I get that your room isn't prepared for you to come yet, but that's all due to you coming a month before we had planned. So why do you have to say things are pitiful because of me? I had nothing to do with that.
You saying that you have nothing to do with it is not all right, Jamie. Are you really that irresponsible? I've already had a look at my room, and it looks like you've all just thrown all your things in there and left it like a warehouse.
Well, nobody's been living there for a long time, so we didn't want to let the room go to waste. We also all thought that you wouldn't be home until next month, so there haven't been any preparations made for you yet.
For some reason, it seems that all of you aren't as excited about me coming home as I first thought. What is with that attitude from you, Jamie? Would you stop acting like I'm not a part of this family, please? If anything, I have more of a right to this house than you or my brother do.
I'm not trying to play things off as though you're not important or not wanted here. I'm just letting you know why your room isn't ready yet, and that's all.
Is that right? Well, there was no avoiding this one, right? You must be so jealous of me.
Jealous of you? What are you going on about now?
You are infertile, right, Jamie?
What?
I'm aware that you were jealous of me because you can't have a baby of your own due to you being infertile. But just because you're a half-baked woman doesn't mean you can keep hating on me, okay? I'm oh so sorry that I was able to get pregnant this easily right in front of your eyes.
Nobody ever said I was jealous of you for getting pregnant, Lydia. If anything, you saying something like that to me is kind of hurtful. I've actually been quite happy about hearing that you're going to have a baby soon and wanted to congratulate you on that.
That's just loads of crap. You hate the fact that I'm pregnant and you're not, and that's why this house is all turned upside down.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I feel like you've gone a little bit off the rails here and are just making things up about the situation.
I'm not making anything up about you and the house, as it's all right on the mark, right? But this is pretty scary. Having to live in the same house as someone like you.
Scary? What about me is so terrifying for you?
You're infertile, making you unable to bear a child, and that's made you all the more jealous of me and my baby, right? Right now, I don't feel like I can relax and live in the house well enough. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you think you can leave the house for me?
What? What are you actually talking about right now?
What's so bad about me asking something like that? I only want you gone for as long as it takes for me to have my baby and then leave this house after. Just go find some place for the next couple of months and stay there while I enjoy my time living and relaxing with my parents.
Could you please not recommend something like that to me? I don't even have any bad intention with you. So please stop thinking that I'm so jealous of you and let's just get on with us helping you move back in. Both Jack and I have no plans of leaving this house, so you're just going to have to live with that fact and learn to settle in with the rest of us here.
I don't really care about Jack having to leave the house or not. I'm only asking that you be the one to get out of the house.
You're only going to be back for a little bit to have some rest before having your baby, and you want me to leave the house during that time frame? I feel as though I'm the only one here getting shafted by your plan.
Well, it's my family's house after all. I have every right to move back into that place whenever I'd like and choose who I want to stay and who I want gone.
I am very well aware that this place is your family's home. But that kind of idea you have about your right to this place is way too self-centered.
Well, whatever. We can talk more about this when we're all at the house. I'll help you understand just the kind of place you have in this family.
My place in this family? I'm not going to be taught my position in this family by someone like you, Lydia, okay?
Are you well aware of your place in the family now?
What the hell were you thinking, Lydia? You just hit me in the face and then kicked me out of the house.
I've gone out for a bit, and before I come back, I want you to gather all your things and get out of that house. I don't even want to see your face anymore, so make it happen quickly. I am the one wanting to be back home relaxing before I give birth to my parents' grandbaby. However, all you're doing is just living there rent-free with nothing to offer them. You parasite. You have no right to be in this house.
But you have zero right using violence as a way of trying to get me to leave.
An old, infertile woman like you is a pretty scary thing to have around a pregnant woman like me.
I get it now. You can't help yourself but make fun of me all the time, and that's why things like this have started. Calling me horrible names and even assaulting me like that inside the house. You're going to regret what you've done to me. I can see that the both of us living in the house together is never going to work out now.
And that's why I just told you what has to happen? You have to leave the house because I have no desire to live in it with you. If something were to happen to me, what would I do? I'm the one carrying the most important thing to this family right now. I get that you can't have a baby, but don't you dare start taking out that stress of not being a good enough woman on me.
I have never wanted to take out any kind of stress on you. I'd really like you to stop using my infertility as the basis for all your claims about me, okay? Hitting me because of your misunderstandings of me? That's not okay, Lydia.
I'm just afraid of you since a woman with pent-up jealousy over me having a baby could do anything to hurt me, or the baby when they're born. You are really causing me a lot of fear and stress, so you're going to have to go. I think you're better off having that baby with nobody around you. Huh? If you're going to say something as heartless as that to me, I might just have to tell both Jack and my mom about it. You can say whatever you'd like, but I'm your mother. Huh? Mom? I never thought that my own daughter would be talking to her sister-in-law that way. But I guess I really messed up raising you into someone that thinks things like that are okay. Hold on a minute, Mom? You have a total misunderstanding of things. Were you the one that just said that to me? That I should have my baby with nobody else around? That's not very kind or motherly of you to say, okay? What's gotten into you? Are you sure that Jamie isn't saying things to you right now that's gone and made you think that I'm the bad guy here? All she's done is shown me all the messages you both have been sending back and forth, and nothing else. I am oh so disappointed in you, Lydia. You're disappointed in me? Oh, don't be so mean, Mom. You're no longer going to be staying here while you get ready to have your baby. What? I want you to stay away from this house for the rest of your pregnancy and have that baby somewhere else. And I'm sure the only reason you've come here a month before we had all planned is because something went wrong between you and your husband. Well, you have no right taking out your frustrations on someone like Jamie, all right? I wasn't taking out any frustrations on her, Mom! I'm sure you had no clue about this before coming back here, but Jamie has been a huge help in maintaining financial support of this home. Your dad and I are really thankful for what she's been doing to help us. What? Jamie has been helping you guys financially? Does she really make that much money on her own? She sure does. But that's not the problem here, Lydia. The problem with you that's really gone and upset me today is the fact that you acted like this towards Jamie, all because she can't have a baby herself. Well, I'm not going to ever forgive your actions over some poor excuse like that. You definitely don't know this, but back when I was around your age, I had been worried myself about being infertile or not. Huh? You were, Mom? But you still ended up having both Jack and I, right? And that was after I went through some procedures to help with my infertility. I had been married to your dad for a total of 10 years, and during that whole time, we never had any kids. Now that you mention it, you might have hinted at some of that story a while back. Sorry, but I forgot all about that crap. I was very thankful that after all the work that had to be put into me, I was able to have the two of you. But having to see that my own daughter is going to use infertility as the basis for acting like a complete jerk to someone else, it's heartbreaking, Lydia. I never expected that you'd be the kind of girl to do this to another woman. I'm not only heartbroken, but in complete shock now. I'm going to toss all your things out right now. What? Mom, what do you mean you're going to toss all my things right now? Tell me! Don't you think you're taking things way over the top by doing that to me? I'm the one taking things over the top? What are you talking about, Lydia? If you find that you don't like the sound of that, then you get your butt back here right now and get all your things and leave this once. And I want you to go up to Jamie and apologize to her for both talking to her like a complete jerk and for hitting her in the face. What? Please, just hold on a minute, Mom. You know that I'm really close to having my baby now, right? You have another 2 months or so, right? I know that, but that's only a couple more months. If I'm kicked out of my own parents' house now, what am I going to do about myself and the baby? I was really excited to finally be home where you could take care of me all day and I could just sit around and enjoy my life. Stop trying to make yourself look like the one that deserves any pampering. I'm tossing your things out of the house right now. Hold your horses. You would never actually throw out a pregnant woman's things, right? I'm on my way back to the house right now, so please take some time to calm down and we can talk all that over again.
Your mom has already gone ahead and started throwing out all of your things. Lydia, you did a really great job getting yourself kicked out of the house.
Huh? Is this you again, Jamie? What the hell have you gotten my mom to believe all of a sudden? It's all because of you making her have a huge misunderstanding that she wants me to stay away from her house.
And it's totally fair for her to want you out of her house, right?
Huh? What the hell does all that mean? You're only starting to piss me off even more now by talking to me like that.
Say what you'd like. I never told your mom anything to make her act this way. It all happened just as your mom said. She only had a look at my phone where all the messages between you and I were displayed, and that's what set her off. Besides, you both talking down to me for being infertile and also hitting me in the face as a way of teaching me something is not what your mom finds appropriate. No mom would find that all right, actually.
Oh, come on now, Jamie. I just wanted to come home and get rid of the parasite that's been living in my parents' house. I didn't think my mom would get upset at me for trying to help her and Dad out. Honestly, the fact that you're even still living in that house with her after all these years is a complete disaster for me.
I'm not living here because I wanted a place to lay back and make your parents work for me. I'm here because I needed to be here living with them. I understand that as of right now, I don't have any kids of my own, but I've been making up for that by working my butt off all day at work, and have been using that money to help your parents in this house. Last year, Jack went without a job for a little while, and during that whole time, I had to pretty much support everyone in this house.
Huh? He didn't have a job.
And just like I thought, nobody told you about that. I mean, it shouldn't really matter that you knew about that little fact or not right now, since it's not going to change your behavior or anything.
What are you trying to say?
Last year, your brother's company that he was working for went under, and for a little bit, he had been unemployed. But even when that happened, I stepped up my game and worked even harder in order to support everyone in the house. I was allowed to live in your parents' house after all with them, so I already knew I had to work for their sake, but when he lost his job, it only added to the amount of work I needed to put in.
I never knew things like that were happening. But you're right to have never told me about that because it has nothing to do with me anyway. You're bringing up a bunch of things I never even knew about before, so how do you think that's going to help with the situation now?
I just find it hilarious, well, also sad, that while you never knew a thing about what's been going on with your family here, you tried coming home unannounced to us and then became violent with me when I was only trying to state some facts about your room. All I can think of you as now is some kind of violent and easily angered child. Luckily, I'll probably never have to deal with you again after today. I hope you do well giving birth to your baby. I'm going now.
What are you talking about? Are you just going to let me be kicked out of the house?
Excuse me?
Jamie, it's your fault that my mom is mad at me. You go and get her to stop acting like a monster and let me stay in the house again. How am I supposed to handle myself all on my own if I'm forced to leave?
Weren't you just the one that hit me in the face and told me to get out of your house a little bit ago? I can see that you totally forgot about that little fact. Seriously, Lydia, what are you trying to get at now by saying something as selfish as what you've just said? Your mom has already lost all the respect she had for you as her daughter. And I don't think you're going to get her to change her mind on wanting you gone. And in my case even, I don't want you living here with me anymore either, because I'm afraid you might try and assault me again. And just to make sure that you don't try and get any sort of revenge for what's happening to you, I'm going to call the police and tell them what you did to me.
Huh? You're going to call the police. Why are you taking things way out of proportion here?
I think that it's well within my rights to tell the police about you hitting me like that. You literally assaulted me by doing that.
Assaulted you? You were being way too overdramatic about all that. Was just giving you a little slap on the face was all to let you know I was being serious about wanting you out of the house.
I'm sure that someone like you who has trouble controlling their emotions would never be able to understand the kind of damage you just caused. But if you'd like to know just the kind of damage you did to me, you knocked out one of my teeth.
Really? It was that hard of a slap?
It wasn't even a slap. You had your fist balled up and hit me hard enough to both knock out a tooth and cut up the inside of my mouth.
Well, I never thought it'd cause that kind of damage. And what do you mean I can't control my emotions? That's expected from someone who's pregnant with a child.
Let me be clear about this, Lydia. What you've done to me today was completely uncalled for. And I think it's time you stopped using your pregnancy as an excuse for everything, because the police are sure not going to listen to that. I'm really not sure what happened with you and your husband that made you start going crazy, but no matter what it was, you are not allowed back into this house.
Hold on for just one moment, Jamie. I've been having a really tough time lately. My husband has been claiming that the baby I'm carrying isn't his own, and so he kicked me out of the house for supposedly cheating on him. That's why I actually left the house before he told me to get out in order to hopefully get him to simmer down a little. But if you guys kick me out of the house, then where else would I be able to run to?
I don't care.
What?
If you really hadn't been cheating on him, then you wouldn't have been running away, right? And honestly, I don't care about what happened over at your house with your husband. I'm only worried about how you assaulted me and knocked out a tooth of mine. I think by this point you'd be best off cutting all that crap and handing yourself in to either your husband or to the police. Now, good luck with that. I can't wait to learn how all your actions bite you in the butt here soon. In the end, Lydia's mom never did end up forgiving her for what she'd done to me, and went to Lydia's husband to find out what was going on. When talking to him, she learned that he was in the middle of filling out divorce papers and would soon no longer have to deal with Lydia. Had Lydia just told us all the situation and moved in peacefully, her mom would have been willing to care for the baby, even if it wasn't Lydia's husband's. But even with all the help she could have offered, the fact that Lydia treated me in such an awful way made it impossible for her mom to forgive her actions. And for that, she was kicked out of her parents' house with all her things and forced to leave us.
Thank you so much for today. But I'm sure you have no idea why I'm thanking you, LOL. I think I'll just let you know right now, though.
Julia, what is going on with you? First of all, thank you for coming so far to talk to me. I want you and Billy to both enjoy your lives together from now into the future.
Yeah, sure, you don't have to worry about us, LOL. By the way, Anne, I don't think I have to be asking this, but you're not planning on living together with the two of us, right?
Huh? Well, I haven't really thought about any of that yet. Why are you bringing that up with me now?
Oh, thank God! LOL. I would never be able to handle living with you in this house. I don't have the time to even tell you how much I'd hate it if you became a parasite that got attached to us.
Julia, what are you continuing to go on about? I really don't understand what you're trying to get at by saying all these things to me.
You really are a poor thing, Anne.
Huh?
I'm sure that it would have helped if you had a better understanding of me and my feelings right now, but I'm trying my best to deal with you right now, LOL. What I've been trying to ask for is that you stay away from the two of us, LOL.
Can you please calm down for just a moment, Julia? I'm still not perfectly sure what you were trying to say to me, but you're making it pretty clear that you're acting rude towards me. Why are you doing this? What do you want from me? If you want something from me, then please tell me outright. And even though you seem to think it, I don't feel as though I'm a poor thing.
Well, you should think of yourself that way. You live by yourself in a rundown house and have little money to your name, LOL. That's pretty sad to think about, right? So this whole time has been me just trying to help you realize the situation you're in.
Well, thank you for explaining something to me that wasn't necessary. I can't deny that the house I'm in right now is pretty run down. But calling me moneyless isn't quite as true. I'm still in my 50s as well, although I'll soon be going into my 60s. But just because I'm at this age, you really think you can get away with calling me all those things?
Oh, don't you think you're just being a little nice to yourself right now about all of that? LOL. To me, you are definitely an old woman with nothing in her savings. To everyone, being over the age of 50 makes you an old woman. LOL.
But when you think of how long people are living for these days, can you really call someone in their 50s that old? I'm only halfway there, really. Well, none of that really matters right now anyway. What does matter is why you came to me to say all of those things. What are you planning? You're talking about the wedding between you and Billy? Of course I'd be coming to the wedding for my boy. Why wouldn't I?
But I want to create some distance between ourselves and you. And Billy is asking for the same thing, so don't you feel that that's the right thing to do?
Billy has said that as well. There's no way my son would ever say anything like that about me. Especially when up until this point, him and I have done so well together making sure we're both doing okay.
But I think that he's at his limits of taking care of a grandma like you. And instead of thinking about a poor old woman, he needs to start thinking about his future with me as his wife. LOL.
I don't think that's what he thinks, though. And you should be aware that I have no plans of ever getting in the way of your two's future with one another. I don't know why you keep thinking that I'd be such a bother to you both.
Well, I've explained what I want from you, so give up on trying to come to my wedding, okay? If you really want the two of us to live happily with one another, you need to listen to what I ask.
Can you please give me some time to think about this? I have something to ask about your wedding that's coming up.
Thanks for today, Mom. I know that we weren't able to stick around for very long, but it was great coming and seeing you before the wedding. And I'm glad that you were able to talk with Julia for once.
Has Julia said anything to you about me?
Like what?
About me in general? Or the house? This house is a bit old after all, right? I just think to most young people they wouldn't be able to understand a place like this.
She hasn't really said anything to me, though. She just said that she was happy to have met you. She even called you Mom when talking with me. And she thinks that the two of you will get along very well.
Is that so? Does she really think that of us?
Well, she did say that to me, at least. Why are you doubting that? You're acting a bit strange right now, Mom. Did something happen with you?
Well, nothing in particular, I think. I just want to make sure you're okay with me still coming to your wedding, right? Julia hasn't said anything to you about me not coming, right?
Huh? What are you talking about? What would happen to me if you didn't come? Dad has already gone now, so not having you at the wedding would make me feel way too lonely. So please come, Mom.
That's what I thought. Alrighty. I must have just misunderstood some things is all. There are times it's hard to understand the other party when texting, right?
But I want to know what happened.
Nothing happened. Something between myself and I. Well, I'm really looking forward to that wedding of yours.
I just happened to see you out of the corner of my eye. Why are you here right now, Anne?
Oh, what do you mean?
I'll ask the security to have you tossed out of here. But if you don't want to make a huge deal out of all this, I ask that you leave right now.
You're saying that you want to have me tossed out. But today is my son's wedding. I just assumed that the conversation we had last time was a misunderstanding and that was all. But I guess I really didn't misunderstand you.
Misunderstanding? What are you talking about, Anne? You are not part of my family, so hurry up and just go home. If you don't leave this place in the next 5 minutes, I'll have security on your butt and you'll be carried out of here.
So you're going to continue to demand that of me then? And what do you mean I'm not family? I am Billy's mother.
I am aware of that. But we're going to cut ties with you, and then you'll no longer be a part of the family.
Why are you saying things like that to me? Why would you want to cut ties with me? There's no way that Billy is okay with you saying things like that.
It doesn't matter to me what Billy has to say, LOL. We're married now, so he can't do anything about me. And since I'm his wife, my word is the law.
But you cannot just decide for my son to have you both cut ties with me right after you only just got married.
No matter how you feel about it, you're not going to stop me. I've already made up my mind on this. The moment I came over to your house to see you and saw how old that place was, I already knew that you couldn't continue to be related to me. I don't care that you are my mother-in-law. I want you out of this wedding right now.
Then I guess I'll go home. But you won't be getting any of the inheritance.
Do you even have anything to give us, LOL?
I'm going to do as you've asked and head home. But you're really okay with cutting ties to me, right? If that's the case, then I'll do the same and stay as far away from you as I can. So let's cut ties.
There's no way I can see myself taking care of some old and moneyless woman in the future, LOL. And since Billy is your boy, you'd probably try to rely on him for money. So I want to make sure we end things before all of that happens. Just seeing that house you live in was the final decider for me. I could tell that you'd want to come live with us after the wedding, and that's just not happening on my watch, LOL.
I'm very certain that you're going to regret all these misconceptions you've had of me all this time. You poor, poor thing. Now, I'll be leaving.
Get lost, you loser! LOL, we have a wedding to carry out now.
Please enjoy your wedding. And enjoy the fact that I won't be there.
Anne, where are you right now? Hurry up and come back to the wedding, please.
Hurry up. Why would I do that? I have no intentions of going back there.
I heard about everything from Billy. I think that I had a small misunderstanding of you.
A small one, huh? Really? LOL. To me, it seems my son told you about the reality of things and now you're freaking out.
This is what Billy told me, but he said that you have $3 million in your savings. Is he being serious?
Even Billy was panicked when I told him how much I've had saved in my bank account for the future.
So that must mean he really was telling the truth. He told me that your house is also on the market for a huge price. Is that really something that can happen with a house like that?
Well, the way you've been thinking about everything is only something you seem to be confused by. But in the case of that old rundown house you kept complaining about, it has a lot of land that goes all the way into the mountains. We also have some land that's been lent out to farmers in the area, and they all work hard and give us a share of the profits.
Wait, what? So you're saying that all those farms and the land all around your house belongs to you?
Well, simply put, yes. And at this point in time, I've been talking with the city to turn some of my land in the mountains into a campground. And as a gift for the two of you due to the wedding, I was planning on giving you guys a bit of my land.
Wait, are you serious? To the both of us?
But it seems I was a bit too late in telling you about that. You made it very clear to me already that no matter what I do now, you want to cut ties with me. So the inheritance and the land that I plan to give to the both of you will now be going to Billy's younger brother and to his wife.
What? You're lying, right?
Well, there's nothing I can do now. You said you were cutting ties with me, and so I promised to do the same. After all, you looking down on me so much just based on the observations you made because of my house shows just how serious you are about wanting me gone.
But what was I supposed to think of you? I never thought anything would come from someone living in that shack, and now it's hard for me to believe that you actually have that kind of money.
Well, that's too bad for you. Maybe next time you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But everything you've been told is all facts. But I do still have one last thing that I want to tell you about.
One more thing. What is that?
Me planning on remodeling this house and having everything updated to give away to you both as a condo has all been ended. I realize now that it's not worth putting that much effort into this house for someone as ungrateful as you.
Huh? A condo?
Even though I never once said that I wanted to live with the two of you, you continued to think that's the only thing I'd want from you two. And so you've lost the privilege of getting this house. But at least now you'll be able to cut ties with me, right? I'm totally fine with giving you that as a wedding gift over a house and some land. But there is one thing still bugging me, and that's that I don't want to cut ties with my baby boy. So since you have gone out of your way to make it well known that you don't like me, I can no longer agree with you marrying my boy.
Oh, what should I do, Anne? Billy is telling me that he no longer wants to get married to me. Did you demand him leave me behind like this?
Did I demand him? Why would I ever demand him to do anything? He's old enough now where he makes all his choices on his own. I think he has every right to make his own choices, and so I haven't done anything to make him leave you. But you did say that you want to cut ties with me, as well as kicked me out of you guys' wedding. So perhaps he had something wrong with all of that helped him make a decision.
Well, why? I can't believe that he'd want to give up on marrying me. Why is this happening?
Why don't you go and talk with him about it then? And even if you wanted my advice, I wouldn't give it to you since you're not my family anymore. You're the one that told me you wanted me out of the family, right? Now, I'll be going.
Wait a sec. Anne?
I'm not going to just wait around all day for you to take some sort of responsibility for your mistakes, LOL. Billy has just told me this. He said that he realizes that he doesn't want to marry someone that decides on people being significant or not just based on their money. If that's what he's told me, then I think you're at the end of your luck, Julia. This is the result of all that judgment you used on me to try and make you feel as though I had nothing to offer.
But I never thought something like this was going to happen because of you. I just wanted to protect the future him and I were going to have together from you.
What? Are you kidding, LOL? Are you sure it wasn't just you trying to take advantage of Billy by getting me out of the picture? You thought that if I was still around, I'd rely on him more for his money and so that I could live with you both, and that you wanted his money all for yourself. That's why you had me kicked out of the wedding and wanted me to never see you both again. You weren't thinking of protecting your guys' future. You were just thinking about yourself and how best to take advantage of my son. Well, it's not like telling you all of this now is going to make a difference, though. LOL. You've already created a mess for everyone. And telling you what you did wrong and what your true intentions were won't help any of us. Anyway, it seems that your wedding has been canceled. And I don't think you and I will ever see one another again. So have a great life. In the end, Billy caught on to all the terrible things Julia was doing and the things she had planned to do with him and I. So he told her they were no longer getting married. Julia tried to salvage everything she'd destroyed between her and Billy by finding me and apologizing to me over and over again, but I wasn't having any of it, and she soon stopped and left. When she realized that there really wasn't anything more she could do to save herself, she ran back to her parents' house, only to find that they weren't home yet and the house was all locked up. She tried calling them a bunch of times, only to learn that after seeing the embarrassment of their daughter at the wedding, they wanted to erase those memories as quick as they could. And so they both took a trip out of state and planned to be gone for a long time. Her dad then left her with one last message, and that was that she was no longer allowed to live with them and would be better off finding somewhere else to go. Julia had lost the chance to gain some money and a nice house with some land, and Billy was able to take the chance to get rid of an over-judgmental woman like her. To both myself and Billy, we're both okay with the wedding and marriage not working out, as it meant keeping Julia out of the family. And the money. Billy is now living back at my house with me and has begun to work on renovating the place, as well as started talking with a construction company to work on building a separate place for himself to live in on my property. But little does he know, after all he had to go through with Julia, I think I'll give him the renovated house, and he can let me stay in the smaller place he plans to have built.
Brad, have you prepared everything for the move?
What? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean, what? You need to get ready for the move before your university entrance ceremony. You've rented that apartment near the university, right? It's a nice place, and we've already paid for it. You need to finish packing and get everything ready to go. I can't do it for you, Brad. It's your responsibility now. So if you haven't already, start making those cardboard boxes up and throwing all the things you need into them to take.
Ugh, seriously? What makes you think you can lecture me like that? got no right to talk to me like that.
Brad, what is going on with you? You've been acting so distant lately. Well, I can still help out if you need it. I don't mind lending a hand with the move, you know? I'm happy to do it for you.
No, just leave me alone. I don't need your help.
What do you mean, leave you alone? I'm your mom. You're about to go to university. This is a big moment for you. Why wouldn't I help?
I told you already. Don't come near the new house. Stay out of my life.
Wait, what? Why would you say that? I'm just trying to help, Brad. I want to make this transition as easy as possible for you.
I said don't come. It's my house now. You're not allowed to be involved. Just stay away.
Wow, didn't expect you to say that. I know you're going through a lot, but to hear you talk like that is really hurtful. Are you sure you don't want me to help in any way?
You're acting like I'm some kind of burden. Seriously, being ridiculous.
I'm not saying that at all, Brad, but it seems like there's something deeper bothering you. I can't help if you don't open up to me. What is going on? Why do you keep pushing me away like this?
Can't you get it? I'm a student at the best medical school in the country. The hardest one to get into. You even understand how difficult that is? Did it on my own with no special treatment. I made it in. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to achieve something big, something you could never understand.
I understand. I know how hard it is to get into a school like that, and I am proud of you, Brad. You've worked so hard. I just want you to know that I'm here for you no matter what.
Yeah, you should be proud of me. Going to be an elite doctor. The kind of person who's going places. You have no idea what it's like to be someone who's successful. I've worked my whole life for this, and it's finally happening.
Well, that's wonderful, Brad. I'm really happy for you. You deserve it, but still, why are you acting like this towards me?
And look at you. You're nothing. You're just a high school dropout who hasn't achieved anything. You don't even have a real education. I don't even know why you're still in my life. You're nothing but a burden.
Wait, what? What are you saying, Brad? I've been there for you since you were a child. I may not have had the same opportunities as you, but I've always done my best to help you and give you everything I could. How could you say that?
It's the truth. You're a failure, and I can't even believe that I'm related to you. Frankly, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that you've been part of my life.
This isn't fair. You think I've been a failure? Just because I didn't go to university doesn't mean I'm worthless. I worked hard every day to support you. I've given everything I could to raise you, and now you're turning your back on me?
Maybe I wouldn't mind if it was just the way that it was, but no, you're not just a mother figure. You're a fake. You weren't even my real mother. Dad and I decided that once I got into university, we'd tell you. We figured you'd accept the truth, but this whole thing, this is way worse than I thought.
I know that I'm not your biological mother, Brad, but that doesn't mean I didn't love you like my own. From the moment I met you, I took care of you, I raised you. I've been there every step of the way. How can you say that to me now? After everything?
Yeah, I accepted it. I finally realized that you're not even my real mom. I'm Dad's kid, but I'm not your kid, and I'll never be your kid. That's the truth, and I'm telling you now.
No, Brad, I raised you. I took care of you when you couldn't even walk. I gave up so much for you. I never expected to hear you say this.
Well, maybe you were good for that when I was little, but now that I'm older, I don't need you anymore. I'm going to live my life with Dad, and we'll be just fine. We'll be just the two of us. You're just a high school dropout. You're not part of this family anymore. Don't even think about coming to my entrance ceremony. I don't want you there. You don't belong there.
What? No, Brad, please don't say that. I've been waiting for this moment. I've been looking forward to seeing you walk into that ceremony, to see you dressed up, to see you finally achieve something great. How can you take this away from me?
What are you, stupid? You really don't get it, do you? The entrance ceremony is going to be full of elite people. Doctors, lawyers, rich families. What do you think will happen if they find out that my mom is a high school dropout? How am I supposed to show my face? It's embarrassing. It'll ruin everything.
Brad, that's too much. I've supported you your whole life. I've been there for you through thick and thin, and now you're treating me like this?
What do you want me to say? You're just some nobody who raised me. I'm going to be surrounded by elites. You really think I want them to know about you? No, I don't need you at that ceremony. Don't even think about coming. If you show up, I'll make sure you regret it.
I don't deserve this. I've done everything I could. I raised you as my own, and this is how you repay me?
Stop acting like I owe you something. You're a nobody. You don't even belong in this world. You've never been on my level. Now that I don't need you anymore, you're out of my life. You're disposable. It's as simple as that. Stay away from me. Stay away from my life. Got it? Rebecca, I'll be back from work soon. Is there anything you need? I can stop by the store on my way back.
Well, not really. There's nothing specific I need today.
How about Brad? Is he getting everything ready for the move? I'm sure he's got a lot to do.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. I guess he's sort of ready. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm sure he's got it covered.
But, after everything that's happened, it really feels like we're finally becoming a family. I know it might sound strange, but it feels different now, in a good way.
Family? What do you mean family? What's going on?
Well, I was finally able to tell him everything I've been hiding from him for so long. I was really worried about how he'd react, but thankfully, he took it really well. He accepted everything without a problem, which was a huge relief for me.
Oh, I see. So you finally told him what you've been holding back for all this time? That's great.
Yes, exactly. And Brad, he really understood, which was a huge weight off my shoulders. We've been through a lot, but now it feels like we can move forward.
So, do you think now's the right time to tell him about the other thing? The one thing we've been avoiding?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean that thing. Well, I don't really think we need to talk about it right now. It doesn't seem that important. Brad doesn't need to know about it. It's not going to change anything.
But don't you think it would be good for him to know? We are family now, aren't we? Don't we need to be open and honest with each other, especially when it comes to important things? I think he deserves to know, don't you?
Look, it's not that I don't agree with you. It's just, sometimes some things are better left unsaid, don't you think? I just don't want it to add any more unnecessary stress, especially after everything we've already been through.
I understand where you're coming from, but I feel like we need to trust each other completely. We're supposed to be a team, right? We've always supported each other, and I think it's time we trust Brad with everything, even the things that might be hard to hear.
You're right. We are family. And you've been here for me through everything. Even though you've had your own struggles, you've worked so hard to make sure everything's okay for both of us. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
It hasn't been easy, but having you here has made all the difference. I feel so much better knowing we're in this together.
And you know what? Even with everything that's happened, I'm just happy we're finally starting to build something together. It feels like we're finally on the right path.
I'm really glad you feel that way, because I've been thinking about something too. I've been considering going with you to Brad's entrance ceremony. I know it's important to him, and I don't want to miss it. I want to be there to support him, but there's only one thing that's been on my mind lately.
What do you mean? Is something wrong? Did something come up?
No, it's not that. It's just Brad told me that he didn't want me to come to the ceremony.
Wait, what? Why? Is it because we're not related by blood?
Well, yeah, that's part of it. But I think it's also because of his feelings about my education. You know how he feels about that kind of thing.
I can't believe he would say that. That is really unfair. I'm going to have a serious talk with him. He doesn't understand how important this is.
No, don't. It's not like that. I don't want you to get involved. I just need you to understand what I'm feeling. It's been hard, but I don't want this to come between us. I just need some time to figure things out. I know this is important to Brad, but I don't think it's the right time for me to go. I just don't want to make things harder than they already are.
But you've always been there for me, and I'm not going to let anything come between us, especially not now.
I know, and I'm so grateful for that. It's just sometimes I feel like I'm not really a part of this family, you know? Like I don't fit in because of all the things that have happened.
I understand, but we're in this together now, no matter what. You're part of this family. We'll get through this, okay?
I hope so. I really do. Brad, regarding the entrance ceremony, do you still think I shouldn't go? I really want to see your big day.
I told you, no way. My entrance ceremony is a sacred event, okay? It's not a place for someone like you who barely finished middle school to step foot into.
When you were still little, Frank and I got married. You are my child. We've been together since you were young. Please, don't say I'm just a stranger to you.
Don't joke around. Are you trying to leech off me like this?
Leech? What do you mean by that?
You're planning on taking my earnings from being a doctor and living a comfortable life, right? You really think I'll let you do that?
Why do you hate me so much? Is it because we're not blood related? Because I didn't tell you sooner?
No, it's not just that. I hate you and your useless family.
Useless? Are you talking about me being a middle school dropout?
Of course. This world runs because of the elites. You lower class people are only living off of the success of the elites.
Don't talk like that. I've been doing my best in my own way, too.
No matter how hard a lower class person tries, they can never reach an elite. The one who raised me and took care of everything was my father.
But I worked, too. I earned money.
That's just pocket change. It doesn't matter whether it's there or not. And you should divorce Frank. Get out of my family.
Wait just a minute. I'll admit, I can understand that you hate me. I get that you don't want me at the entrance ceremony. But why do I have to divorce Frank? Why are you demanding that?
It's because of you. You've been living off his money for so long, and now you want more. And I've decided that I'm going to marry the daughter of a CEO or from an elite family. If they find out my mother is a middle school dropout, the engagement might be off. That's why I'm telling you to divorce him.
Fine. I have put up with so much for your sake. I thought I could do anything for you. But I can't take it anymore. I won't put up with this anymore.
So it's settled. You're not coming to the entrance ceremony, right?
Yes.
Good. That's fine with me.
I don't care what happens from here on out.
So, the entrance ceremony is starting now. You didn't just show up at the school on your own, right?
I haven't done anything like that. I'm at home right now. Do you want me to send you a photo for proof?
Really? I don't need that. I'll be coming home once in a while, so when I do, you better serve me properly. Keep my room clean too. I'll let the divorce slide, but you should at least do that much for me.
Well, I'll do what I can, I guess.
Fine, I'll send you a picture of the ceremony. I'll show you what an elite entrance ceremony looks like.
I don't need any of that.
Oh, is that so? Well, whatever. Take care. Hey, what the hell is going on here?
What? What's wrong now?
I couldn't attend the entrance ceremony. I went to the office and asked them what happened, and they told me that my admission was canceled.
Oh, I see. Well, that's unfortunate.
Don't pretend you don't know what's going on. They said it was because the entrance fee wasn't paid. I bet you're the one behind this. You've always been the one handling all the family finances. What are you going to do about this?
Well, yes, I didn't pay the fee, but why are you getting so upset over this?
Of course I'm upset. The money that was supposed to be used for my entrance fee came from Dad's hard work. And you didn't use it for that, did you? You probably took it and used it for your own purposes. Don't think I don't know.
I think you're misunderstanding the situation here.
What are you talking about? What's the misunderstanding?
The truth is, I'm the one who earned the money for your entrance fee.
What? What are you saying? That entrance fee was $20,000. There's no way you, a high school dropout, could have earned that much money.
Yes, I'm a high school dropout, but I've been working since I was very young and have had a lot of experiences. I taught myself Chinese, and now I can speak it fluently. I've used that skill, along with my work experience, to become the top sales performer at my company. I earn more money than a lot of university graduates.
Wait, really? I never knew any of this.
We had an agreement with Frank that we wouldn't discuss work-related matters at home. That's why I never mentioned anything about my job to you before.
But still, Dad earns money too. He went to a prestigious university. There's no reason for you to pay for my entrance fee. You should have asked him, not spent your own money.
Well, the thing is, Frank's company has been struggling for years. He's had his salary reduced year after year, and because of that, it was impossible for him to pay for your entrance fee.
You've got to be kidding me. That doesn't make sense. Dad graduated from a famous university. He's an elite. There's no way you're telling the truth. You're lying.
I'm not lying. I really wish I were, but this is the truth. Things have been difficult for a long time now.
Enough with the lies. I'm going to tell Dad everything. He's been waiting for today's entrance ceremony, and you've ruined it. After this, you're going to be kicked out of the house. You better start packing your things, because you're not going to have a place here anymore.
I don't think that's going to happen, though.
What do you mean? Don't you see how serious this is? You've ruined everything, and now I'm going to have to deal with it. Don't you dare come near me again.
I don't think you fully understand the situation here. I don't think Frank will get so upset. It's not like it's the end of the world. I think you're overreacting.
Overreacting? Are you kidding me right now? Do you realize the mess you've caused? How do you expect me to just accept this?
I'm not asking you to accept it. I'm just saying that we're doing the best we can under the circumstances. I never wanted to ruin anything for you, and I've been doing my best. But things didn't work out the way we planned. That's just the reality of it.
But this is a big deal. You've ruined my chances of going to college. Do you even understand what that means? This is something I've worked hard for, and you've taken that away from me. Dad, my enrollment got canceled. I see. Do you understand why? They said the tuition fee wasn't paid. Mom took the money that was supposed to be for my tuition and used it for herself. This is the worst. You can't just let this slide, can you? How can you forgive her for something like this? But that money was your mother's. Huh? Is that really true? It's true. When you told me that you were going to become a doctor and go to medical school, I was already struggling with money. It was hard to admit, but I thought about it seriously. I almost told you to give up on medical school. I thought it was impossible, but at that time, your mother said she would take care of it herself. She said she would handle everything with her own earnings, and she would make sure all your living expenses after entering school were covered. She told me that she would fully support you. She offered to help with everything, and I reluctantly agreed to let her take the lead in supporting you. But in the end, she didn't pay the tuition. I'm sure this was her plan all along. She made me study, got me into school, and then pulled this cruel trick not paying the tuition just to mess with me. She's been manipulating me the whole time. Why would Rebecca do something like that? She couldn't accept it. The thought that I, who was just a high school graduate, would become an elite doctor. She couldn't bear the idea that I'd succeed. She's just a high school dropout herself, and she couldn't stand the idea of me becoming more successful than her. That's not it. You've misunderstood. How can you say that? Your mother never wanted to hinder you. She went through a hard time herself. You know that her father's business failed, and because of that, she couldn't go to high school. She never wanted that kind of hardship for you. That's why, when you said you wanted to go to university, she said she would support you fully. She said she would take care of the tuition and the cram school fees. She paid $700 a month for the tutoring, and she even covered $2,000 for the summer course. She made those sacrifices to ensure that you had the best chance of succeeding. How could she be trying to sabotage you when she was making all these efforts for you? But it still happened. That's because you pushed Rebecca away. You called her a high school dropout and treated her like she wasn't even part of this family. You disrespected her so much. That's why she didn't pay the tuition. It's not that she didn't want to, it's because you shut her out. Dad knew about this? Of course I knew. I'm not blind, you know. I know everything, and you also insulted her by calling her a parasite. Do you really think I could stand by and let you treat your own mother like that? I've had enough of your disrespect and arrogance. I told you not to show your face in front of your mother, but I've had it. I don't want to see you anymore. In fact, I don't want you coming back to this house again either. But you don't understand. You're not listening to me. You don't know what it's like to be in my shoes. You don't know how hard I worked for this. Mom just took everything from me without any regard for what I wanted. I studied so hard. I passed the exams, and all I wanted was to succeed. Now I'm just thrown away because of this. She took everything away, and now there's nothing left for me. You think I don't understand? You think I don't know what it's like to struggle? You think I don't know what it's like to sacrifice everything for your future? I worked hard too, you know. And Rebecca, your mother, didn't just take things from you. She gave you everything she had to make sure you had the best chance possible. She went through all of this to support you because she wanted you to succeed. But you were too proud to see that. You turned your back on her, and now you're blaming her for everything that's gone wrong. That's not what's going on here. It's not the same. You don't understand what I went through. You think it's all just about money in school, but it's about more than that. I put in the effort. I was dedicated. Now everything is ruined because of her. It's not ruined because of her. It's ruined because of you. You pushed her away. You disrespected her, and now you're blaming her for your own failure. You really think that's fair? I don't care anymore. I don't need your advice. I don't need anyone's help. I'm done with all of you. You've all ruined my future, and there's nothing I can do about it anymore. You've made your choice, and I've made mine. If you really want to throw everything away, then that's on you. But just know this, I'm done with you. You're not welcome here anymore. Damn it, I've lost contact with Dad.
Frank was really angry, so it can't be helped.
I can't believe you were paying for things like the entrance fees and everything else.
I didn't actually pay the entrance fees. In the end, it wasn't me.
So that was your plan all along, huh?
It wasn't a plan. You said I was just a stranger to you. It's strange to pay the entrance fees for a stranger, don't you think?
So, what are you going to do now? Dad said he doesn't want you coming back to the family home.
Yeah, we discussed this, and we decided to cut ties with you. Of course I'm not going back to the family home. And don't contact me anymore. Even if you do, we'll just ignore you.
So, you're serious about this, huh?
Yes, I am. Isn't this what you wanted?
I didn't want to be cut off from Dad.
But Frank decided he couldn't accept you after you rejected me.
Yeah, looks like it. In the end, Dad chose you instead of me. So what? I don't have a family anymore. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's about all there is to it.
From now on, I'll make it on my own as an elite. Don't come crying to me later.
Oh, right. Your entrance to the university was canceled, wasn't it?
It's fine. I'll just take the entrance exam again next year. And this time, I'll pass. I've already passed once, so it's easy. A 1-year delay? People like me, elites, can easily make up for that.
Is that so? Quite the confident statement.
You all better not get involved with me from now on. I'll climb up on my own.
Of course. I promise we won't interfere with you.
Well, see ya.
But there's one thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
Just because you passed this time doesn't mean you'll pass the same university again, right? The same problems won't come up?
Of course. The difficulty is the same, so if I keep studying, I'll pass again next year.
I see, but that sounds tough, huh? Continuing to study for a whole year?
It's not tough at all. I've been doing it all along, you know. What have you been watching?
But it's different from before, isn't it? Now you'll have to pay for your living expenses. You'll have to earn that, do the housework properly, and study, right? I think that's going to be really tough, especially since you've always relied on me until now.
Living expenses? What do you mean by that?
Well, I already paid for the initial cost of the rent, so you don't have to worry about that. But from now on, you'll have to pay for your own rent and utilities.
I have to?
Yes, you'll need to work part-time, manage your living, and still study. Oh, and don't forget about the $20,000 entrance fee. Seems like it's going to be hard for someone with only a middle school education to earn that. Do you think someone like you with just a high school diploma can save that much money in 1 year?
Well, just for 1 year, I was thinking maybe you could help me out.
Are you asking for help when we're not even family anymore? How strange.
No, but we're family, right?
When it's convenient for you, you want to consider me family? Stop that. Family isn't something you can just treat so lightly.
Well, I'm going to become a doctor, and I'll repay my mom for everything.
Mom? You mean the person who abandoned you? I'm not your mother. I'm Frank's wife, not your mother, and I don't think you're suited to be a doctor either.
What do you mean?
Because I wouldn't want to entrust my life to someone who judges people based on their titles like elite or middle school graduate. I want a doctor who treats everyone equally, no matter who they are. That's why I don't want you to become a doctor.
How was Brad?
He seemed really down. Looks like he finally realized how tough things are going to get from here on out.
I'm sorry. You've sacrificed so much for him up until now.
It's fine. I did it for the family. I have no regrets. I don't even regret the decision to separate from Brad because I have you now.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Now that we've saved the $20,000 for the entrance fee, how about we take a trip abroad soon?
Yeah, let's do that.
After Brad had his university entrance canceled, he decided to begin living on his own. The decision to live independently was a significant turning point in his life, one that marked the beginning of a new chapter, but also a difficult and overwhelming one. Until that point, Brad had always relied on the support of his parents, never truly understanding what it meant to live independently. The idea of moving out and taking care of everything on his own seemed like an exciting opportunity to grow and become more responsible, but the reality of the situation turned out to be much more challenging than he had anticipated. Initially, Brad felt a sense of freedom when he moved out. No more rules from his parents, no more restrictions on what he could or couldn't do. He felt like an adult who could finally take charge of his own life. However, as time went on, the challenges of living alone began to weigh on him. The first thing that hit him was the overwhelming responsibility of managing all his expenses. Living at home, he had never had to worry about rent, utility bills, or grocery shopping. Now he found himself facing these everyday tasks head on. The pressure was overwhelming, and he quickly realized that he was not as prepared as he thought he was. Brad tried to manage his finances as best he could. To make ends meet, he got a part-time job. The job helped him cover some of the basics, such as food and transportation, but it was far from enough. Rent was a constant worry, and every month he had to scramble to figure out how to pay for it. The job was physically exhausting and took up a lot of time, leaving him little energy to focus on his studies. Despite his best efforts, he couldn't keep up with everything. At first, Brad thought he could handle the burden of living on his own. He believed that the part-time job would be enough to cover his costs, and he convinced himself that he could manage his schoolwork and household chores at the same time. But as the days turned into weeks, the reality of his situation began to sink in. The financial strain was beginning to take its toll. The rent and bills were stacking up, and despite his best efforts, he couldn't keep up with the expenses. Desperate to make ends meet, Brad took out a loan. The loan allowed him to pay his rent and buy some essentials, but it also brought him further into debt. The cycle of borrowing money to pay for basic living expenses continued. Every month, Brad would borrow more money, only to find himself even deeper in debt. This situation was not sustainable, and he knew it. However, he felt trapped. He had no other option but to keep borrowing and hope that things would eventually improve. Unfortunately, they did not. As the months went by, Brad's financial situation became increasingly dire. Unable to afford his rent, he moved into a cheaper apartment. The new apartment was far from ideal. It was small, cramped, and in poor condition. The plumbing was faulty, the heating barely worked, but it was all he could afford. Despite the lower rent, Brad's financial situation did not improve. In fact, it seemed to get worse. The bills kept piling up, and he struggled to keep up with the basic costs of living. The stress of trying to balance work, school, and household chores began to take a toll on Brad's mental health. He was exhausted from juggling so many responsibilities. His job was taking up more time than he had anticipated, leaving him a little time to study for his classes. His academic performance began to suffer, and he found himself falling behind. The dream of completing his degree seemed further and further out of reach. The situation worsened when Brad realized that he simply couldn't continue working and studying at the same time. The stress was too much to handle, and he had no energy left to focus on his studies. And the constant pressure to keep up with his job and his financial obligations was overwhelming. Eventually, Brad made the difficult decision to quit his part-time job. Without the job, he no longer had any source of income. The rent continued to be due, and his debts were mounting. He found himself trapped in a cycle of borrowing money, paying bills, and borrowing more money just to stay afloat. It seemed like there was no way out. Despite his best efforts, Brad's situation continued to deteriorate. Without a job, he had no way to pay for his rent or other expenses. His debt continued to grow, and he was living in constant fear of the debt collectors who would soon be coming after him. He had never experienced anything like this before. He had always relied on the support of his parents and never had to worry about money. But now he was facing the harsh reality of living alone, and it was a reality he was not prepared for. Brad's financial situation became increasingly desperate. He continued to borrow money just to cover the basics. The stress of living with constant debt began to take a serious toll on his health. He was unable to sleep, constantly worrying about how he was going to pay for the next bill. The once exciting idea of living independently had turned into a nightmare. Brad had never fully understood the responsibility that came with independence, and now he was learning the hard way. Meanwhile, on the other side, our lives were moving forward. After Brad's situation started to unravel, we decided to move into a new home together. It was a fresh start for us, a chance to build a new life without the stress and pressure that had weighed us down in the past. It was also the first time we would be living together as a couple, and it felt like a new beginning. We were both excited about the possibilities and the future that awaited us. Moving in together was not without its challenges. It was a big change, and there was a lot to adjust to. We had to figure out how to split the responsibilities, how to manage the household finances, and how to make the most of our new space. But despite the challenges, we felt like we were on the right path. For the first time in a long time, we felt in control of our lives. Living together was also a chance for us to focus on building a future. We no longer had to worry about the stress of living apart or dealing with the complications of our previous living situations. Our new home was a place where we could grow together and create a life full of possibilities. The future was bright, and we were excited to see where it would take us. In contrast, Brad was still struggling. I couldn't help but think about him often. He was stuck in a vicious cycle of debt and despair, and it seemed like there was no way out. The choices he had made had led him down this difficult path, and now he had to face the consequences. It was hard not to feel sorry for him, but at the same time, I knew that it wasn't our responsibility to fix his life. He had to take ownership of his situation and figure out how to move forward on his own. We had made the decision to leave the past behind and focus on our future. Brad, however, was still stuck in the past, struggling to break free from the consequences of his own actions. We had both made choices, and now we were dealing with the results of those choices. While I felt sympathy for Brad, I knew that I couldn't go back and change the decisions that had been made. We had to move forward, and I had to let him find his own way. As we settled into our new life, I couldn't help but reflect on how far we'd come. We had made it through the difficult times, and now we were building a life together. I was proud of the steps we had taken and felt confident that we were on the right track. Brad, on the other hand, had to find his own way. His journey was his own, and I knew that he would have to face the consequences of his actions just as we had faced the consequences of ours. Our lives were moving in different directions. We were building a future together while Brad was still trying to find his footing. It was difficult to watch, but at the same time, I knew that we had made the right decisions to focus on our own future. We had worked hard to get where we were, and we were determined to make the most of our new beginning. Brad, however, had to figure out how to rebuild his life from the ground up. It wasn't easy, but it was something he had to do on his own. As we continued to settle into our new home, I couldn't help but feel a sense of peace. We were starting fresh with no more worries about the past. Our future was in our hands, and we were ready to take on whatever challenges lay ahead. Brad, however, would have to find his own way. His future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. He would have to learn the hard way that independence came with responsibilities, and he would have to face those responsibilities head on. As time passed, we found ourselves growing closer. Our relationship deepened, and we began to make plans for the future. We discussed our hopes and dreams, and we made commitments to support each other through whatever challenges life would throw at us. We knew that life would not always be easy, but together we felt confident that we could face anything. Brad, on the other hand, was still struggling to find his footing. I could sense his pain and frustration, but I also knew that he needed to take responsibility for his actions. He couldn't continue blaming others for his problems. He had to learn to face his mistakes and take control of his life. Despite everything, I couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness for him. He was lost, and it seemed like no one could help him. But deep down, I knew that the only person who could help Brad was himself. He had to face the truth and take responsibility for the life he had created. Only then could he begin to rebuild and move forward.
Are you and your mom going to be getting out of here anytime soon? Why are you both still in this fancy house of mine? I'd like you both out of this house now. You both are disgraces.
The thing is, Carmen, I don't think you have any reason to be telling my mom or anyone anything like that.
I really don't get how you think you can say that to me when you're both the ones in some stranger's house. This is my house, and yet I'm not able to catch a break with the both of you around.
I'm sorry about that, but this place also happens to be my mom's and my house now. Your dad and my mom ended up getting married to one another. So when you think about the fact that we're all family now, you're making a big mistake complaining about us like that.
I'm not complaining about you both, though. I am warning you guys. I'm warning you both that it's time to get out of my house now, so how about you start preparing to leave?
What do you think you're saying still? If you keep complaining to me like that, I'm not going to bother listening to you. I'm telling you right now, Carmen, you can hate my mom and I all you want, but it's not going to change anything for you now. We are your family now as far as everyone else is concerned. So this way you're behaving, don't you think it's going to draw a lot of people's attention towards you? Let's just forget about all you've said and work together to grow closer to one another as sisters.
Huh? Give it up already. You're grossing me out now. I will never, ever, ever think of you as my little sister, Jasmine. I can't even see you as anything else but a crazy stranger who's trying to squat in my house. You also happen to be years younger than me, yet talk to me like you somehow know better? Disgusting. I'm sorry that my way of thinking about this is disgusting to you, but I'm not trying to turn you off. I can just see that you being very against my mom and I living here is only going to make things harder on yourself. So I'd really like it if we all worked together to be happier as a family. And in order for that to start happening, you need to start behaving like an adult, okay? Jasmine, how have things been going between you and Carmen? Do you feel that the both of you can get along well? Not at all, Mom. Not only is it hard for me to understand what she's going on about, but she doesn't seem to like the thought of me at all. By now, I don't think her and I can become close to one another at all. But don't worry, I'll figure something out. You know I'm worried after hearing that, though. If I weren't around anymore, then what would happen to you guys? There are all kinds of things I'm worried about right now, and one thing is being worried about you two. What? Why are you worried about things like that, though? There's no way someone like you won't be around. It'll be a very long time before you're no longer around, so I'd stop your worrying and just focus on your new husband and family. Jasmine, remember that there's no telling what'll happen in the near future. If we keep living life not being prepared for the worst, then it's going to swallow us right up and leave nothing behind. Well, I'm sure one could see things that way. But right now, you shouldn't be all that worried about things. I'll be all right with what's going on right now. I'm sure you will be too. Well, if that's what you think, then okay. How about we focus on talking about the company now? Did you get to talk with Luke? Yes, I was able to. Luke may be super young, but he is a very good listener and makes sure to account for everything when making his next moves. We were both able to get on with our talks about what'll happen next. And in the end, we were both able to come to an understanding. You will be totally fine going to school and staying there for a while. All right. I'll make sure to learn everything I can in college, and I'll do everything I can to become very useful to the company once I've graduated. But also make sure you have a little bit of fun while you're there. I know you're a very serious young woman, but learn to relax a little as well. All right already. Sorry that me being serious is always worrying you. Thanks for the update, Mom. It sounds like your mom got into a bad accident, huh? Dang. I guess that was the fate she had destined for her, huh? My mom has stopped breathing now. What? Are you kidding me? Huh? Why the hell are you laughing right now? How the hell can you laugh about what's happened to my mom? My mom just frickin' died. Do you have any idea what you're joking about right now? I never actually thought something like that would happen. I was a bit shocked just then to hear you say that. Well then, this means really soon here you will have to leave the house, right? Things are happening just the way I wanted them to. Perhaps one could say that I'm good at telling the future. What the hell are you going on about? I do not have it in myself right now to sit here and watch you send out such gut-wrenching crap as that anymore. Aren't you 24 years old or something? How have you made it this far in life, yet still not learned how to talk and act around someone that just lost their own mother? Do you find joy in making other people's anguish even worse for them, to the point that they can feel their heart falling apart inside their chest? Not really. I'm not really thinking too much about your mom anyway. You both are just strangers to me anyway, so why should I care how you feel now? Even if I am, you should still be aware not to say things like that to a stranger while they're going through some of the most heartbreaking moments in their life. I can't wait to finally have this stranger out of my house, and then I can go back to living with just my older brother Luke and my dad again. You really are the worst. I'm done talking to trash like you. From now on, consider your chances of talking with me very slim. Now leave me alone and go find someone else to mess with. Will do. And you hurry up and get all your things ready to be out of my house. I want you to vanish right before my eyes. Shut the hell up. I told you things need to happen as I say. Now hurry up and leave.
I am shocked. No, not even shocked. I am dumbstruck by what you've done. How dare you come into my mom's funeral today and yell at me about being a complete stranger to you and that I need to leave now? There has to be a limit to your absurdity, right? Do you have any clue what you've just done to Dad by screaming like that? Huh? Please don't be calling my dad your dad after everything that's just happened. You have no idea who my dad is, so why don't you just get lost already? He's like a foster parent to me, making him my dad. I understand that you don't like me being in your dad's large house right now, but what you just screamed about at the top of your lungs at my mom's funeral, that was unacceptable. You've just gone and made Dad beyond embarrassed by what you did. Although I'm sure you can't tell that because you're so self-centered. Anything is worth doing what I did as long as you are out of my house. Ever since you came into my house, my older brother has been all over you, even though all you are is that bratty child your mom brought with her. Why does everyone want to care about you so much? Because they can see just how much of a jerk you are towards me. They're all worried about what'll come next from you, and that's why they care. Shut up! I don't care anymore. Now, get the hell out of my life already. Having to waste any more of my time around you is really starting to get on my nerves now. I feel the exact same way, Carmen. You have no right to be living in my dad's mansion anymore. My house. Really? You still continue to think that? How confident of you. Of course. I'm the daughter of this household and I know everything about it. That also means that this house is mine for the taking. And since your old hag of a mother is 6 feet under now, it's time for you to get the hell out. A non-related stranger like you has no right to be in this house any longer. Get out.
Then I guess we're all going to have to leave.
What?
I've been thinking for a long time now that it's been close to that time when you need to start supporting yourself for once. So it's time for both you and Luke to get out of here and live on your own. And I'll have to leave myself, so that'll be all 3 of us moving out. Have you gotten all your things ready to leave yet, Carmen?
What are you talking about? Stop trying to talk like my dad now. And since when did Luke have anything to do with this?
I just so happen to be your father, Christopher.
What? Dad? Why are you texting me from Jasmine's phone?
You call me your dad, when really, I'm just your foster parent.
Dad? Foster parent? What are you going on about? What's going on here?
The only reason I've never brought this up with you is because you act like such a child for an adult. But this time, you really took things too far with all you've said to my little Jasmine. That's why I'm going to choose this timing, to tell you the whole truth about who you really are. The truth is, neither you nor Luke are related to me by blood. And actually, I'm not sure who your real parents are.
What? What does that mean?
It means exactly what I said. I know that I told you in the past that your mother had died before you could truly know her. But in reality, I never knew your real mother either. I just went to the foster home, where I found you and Luke.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dad. Are you sure that's the truth?
That's right. So if we're going to act on what you've been saying to Jasmine, that would mean that all of you have to get out of this house, because none of you are related to me.
Wait, stop saying all that crazy crap. If you have all of us leave this house, then what am I going to do? What's going to happen to me then?
I don't know. You're going to have to learn to fend for yourself. You were saying that those who are not blood relatives to the family have to leave this house. So that includes you. And I no longer need to think about you as my daughter.
Wait, Dad? I never said any of those with that kind of intent. You understand what I'm saying, right? I think you just got the wrong idea for a second there. Dad seems to be on the move now with his plan. Now have you learned the repercussions of what all you were saying earlier? I'm sure you could never learn such things since you're such a frickin' idiot. But I just thought I'd ask since you're wanting to act like a little jerk. Now could you stop screwing around? I meant everything I was saying to you, and I want you to stop screwing around with me now. What the hell were you doing, forcing my dad to say such things about my brother and I to me? I never thought that I'd have to hear words like that coming out of my own dad's mouth at a time like this. Was he being serious about all of that? Am I really a filthy foster child or something? And does that mean that Luke and I aren't even related to one another? That's what it seems like, Carmen. Therefore, you and I are one and the same now, right? Our dad's been in serious pain after just losing his wife like that in a serious car accident. And you just came out of nowhere today screaming the most heartless things to me at the top of your lungs. I don't think he's ever going to forgive you for doing that. What? But up until now, I've been my dad's #1 daughter, and he's done so much for me. How the hell could something like that happen so suddenly? It feels like I'm being stabbed in the back by him now. It's all because of you that my family is falling apart now. The one who started to cause this family to fall apart was you, Carmen. This is what happens when you don't work together with the rest of your family to try and make things enjoyable. Since you've decided to be so selfish, you've gone and ruined things for everyone now. As Dad is saying, he's selling the house. What? Why would he do that? He had a lot of memories in that house with my mom, and now that she's gone, he no longer wants to live in there with someone like you. There's no point in being around someone as horrible as you. No! There are plenty of points as to why he should still want to live here with me. I need to live here with him. If he sells the house and has me forced out of it, I'll become homeless and have no idea what to do. And like you, I don't even have a job or anything right now. And like you, don't you dare start comparing yourself to me. I'm going to college now, and I plan to be there until I can graduate and take over my mom's company. And I'll have you know that since I first started high school, I've been working at my mom's company as an intern to learn about the real world and make some extra money. Huh? Are you serious? You've known that my mom has been the CEO of her company, right? I've heard little bits about all of that. Well, like I said, that company is going to become mine. So right now, I've been putting in a lot of effort studying for such a high position. I wanted to work for her for a bit at the top, but now that she's gone, I'll have to do everything myself now. But luckily, before I get to that point, Luke is going to be stepping in to support the company and me. Which means while I'm still in school, I'll also be taking time to work with him to make sure I can learn literally everything in order to keep the company going when I take over. Huh? Why would my brother be getting involved in any of that? Are you after Luke now or something? That's why you never got out of this house. Why would I ever be after him? Come on now. To me, Luke is like a hero of mine. He's a very well put together man and is completely different from everyone else his age. So different, in fact, that he's like an alien to you. What the hell? Are you trying to pick on me now? Well, as a matter of fact, that is me picking on you. But I shouldn't waste my time doing that now. I have to really focus on what all I need to work on and study next while Luke is going in and making sure the company stays upright. He's going to be leaving his job soon as well and becoming an employee for my mom's company in order to be there full-time and put all his energy into it. My mom and him had plans for if something like this were ever to happen, and luckily they had agreed on everything that needed to be done. So that company is going to be just fine for now. I never had any idea that stuff like that had been going on. I didn't even know that Luke, of all people, was that invested into your guys' relationship and everything. That's because all you've done with your life is sit around the house all day, wasting all of Dad's hard-earned money on games and online shopping. All you've ever done is what you've wanted to do, and not a single thing else. That's why you never knew anything was going on with us. That's why you couldn't even tell that you're not your dad's real child. So what? We've had the money to do whatever we wanted to with it, so what's wrong with me wanting to use it all up to do what I want? What I'm saying is you never did anything for the family. You never even did anything to benefit yourself, and that's what's about to bite you in the butt now. You're about to be kicked out of the house, and how exactly are you going to be able to live on your own? I'm really worried about that, but you're in the same boat as me now, right? I've been planning to leave the house for a while now since I'm going to college out of town, so I've already signed the lease on a small apartment for myself. So I'll be moving there soon and begin my studies. I'll also be getting some money from my mom, and Dad will be willing to stay in touch in case I ever need anything. Why is my dad going to help you out, even though he's choosing to throw me away? Something like that can't be happening, right? I've been his daughter for a lot longer than you have. This is not a problem relating to how long either of us has been his daughter. Nobody knew that my mom was going to be passing away that quickly in an accident of that caliber. But my mom had plans for things like this because she was always worried about what would happen after she was gone. She made sure to think about myself, about Luke, about Dad, and that's why we've all been thinking about her as well. But because you never did anything with yourself besides complain all the time about my mom and I, and would just spend all your dad's money, nobody's put any thought into what'll happen with you next. You poor, poor thing. Who are you calling a poor thing? Are you really calling me that right now? You're an idiot. Talking down to me like that of all people?
This is how things have turned out for someone as hopeless as you. And I think this is the perfect ending for you.
What am I supposed to do from now on? If I'm really abandoned by everyone, I'll be screwed. Say something to my dad. Tell him that it's not right for him to abandon someone like me. It's because of you that all of this is happening to me after all. So you have to do that for me in return, right?
Screw you. Are you really 6 years older than me? Or did the foster home you're from just tell Dad the wrong age? I can't believe this. You have to be in elementary school still if you think you can blame some stranger for your problems and then ask them to save you after throwing a fit. I'm done talking to you. If you want his help so bad, then how about you go and tell him he's wrong for leaving you?
Because I'm finished with all your BS.
I have had it up to here taking care of such a baby like you.
You don't have to say that.
The three of us are leaving the house and we'll continue to talk to one another like family because we are family. But not one of us has room in our hearts for a spoiled baby like you anymore. And out of the three of us, I'm the most likely to kill you if I ever come across you again after what you said about my mom's death.
Back then, things were a little bit different. You don't have to get all upset with me about what I was saying then. You and I are still sisters, right? Let's be friends again. Now? Are you serious? I had asked you many times before my mom passed to be friends, to the point I can't even count them anymore. I just wanted to be kind to one another, even if it wasn't how we truly felt on the inside. But every single time I asked, the only thing that came out of your mouth were insults, and then you telling my mom and I to leave. All of that when none of us besides my mom and I had been related to one another by blood. Back then, I had no idea about the truth regarding my family, so how was I supposed to care about what I was saying? I'm saying sorry now, aren't I? Let's be kind to one another now, all right?
I don't want you in my life anymore. I'm going to block your number now.
What?
I guess things really are going to happen just the way you'd been hoping. We're all going to be leaving that house. But it's not just me this time, but all of you as well, right? I guess you're not that good at telling the future after all. Goodbye forever now.
Good luck living on the streets, you frickin' bitch.
And how about while you're out there, you learn what it's like to be an adult? And just like that, I had no more patience inside me for Carmen, and I blocked her number as well as all her social media accounts. Then my dad went and sold the house to one of his friends, and that forced Luke and Carmen to have to leave the house as well. Carmen ran crying to her dad, telling him not to throw her away, but the last thing he had to say is that a monster like her was not his daughter, which drove the point that he wasn't joking around deep into her rotten heart. After we had all moved out, we continued to still talk to one another and help each other out like family, only this time without the annoying whining of that bratty girl Carmen. I was able to safely move into my new apartment with one of my friends, actually, where we'll be sharing this place while studying for 4 years at college. Luke was able to find himself a house closer to the company my mom was in charge of before her passing, and has now started his new job there as the COO while the company makes plans for me to become the next CEO. Thankfully, Luke has told me that he won't be making any major changes to the company while he's in charge, and that he will always talk with me first to get my opinion on things if he does have to do something. And as for my dad, he was able to find a new place in town, much smaller than the house he sold off, but just right for a single man like himself to enjoy. His heart really was destroyed by not only losing his wife, but also having to hear all those words out of someone he assumed was his daughter's mouth. As a way of thanking him for everything he'd done and to keep him from becoming lonely, Luke and I went out and got him a puppy that he can now take care of. And then we have Carmen. I haven't heard much else about her after we left that house, but what Luke has told me is that he got one call from her, and she was calling him from a payphone since her phone had broken and she had no money for a new one. There she was, crying and begging for him to help her out with some money because she was tired of having to sleep under a bridge every night, but Luke said not a single word and chose to hang up on her. She was the one that decided to never grow up any while living in such a fortunate household, so this was the only path she had laid out ahead of her, and she'll have to walk it forever now.
Hey there, Hillary. Are you there? Is now a good time to talk? Oh, I really hope it is because I have some big news that I just have to share with you right this second. The thing is, well, you know your fiancé Felix? Well, I stole him from you. He's all mine, so you'll just have to go through your silly little wedding all by yourself.
Opal, I knew that this was all you. Do you have any idea what you've just done by doing this to me?
Of course I know what I've just done by stealing your fiancé Felix away from you. And what I did was I stole your fiancé, the man who you were supposed to marry, your man who you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with, from you. And now we're going to run off and elope together. It really is all just so romantic once you stop and think about it. Don't you agree with me?
You really have some nerve pulling something like this. Do you know that? I mean, just when did you and Felix even get that close anyways, huh?
Well, I think we actually started to feel this way from the moment that we laid eyes on each other. You remember when you brought over Felix that one time to our house to introduce him to our family because you two had just gotten engaged, right? Well, it was then, on that day, when he came over to our house because you brought him, that we fell in love.
I see. Well, fine. If you two really make each other that happy, then far be it from me to stop you. You can have him.
You don't have to pretend to be so tough just for me, you know? You're just upset that now you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. I wonder how things are going over there at your wedding venue. I'm sure that people are already starting to whisper about where the groom could be. But don't worry. If anyone asks what is taking Felix so long to arrive, you can tell them all that I'm doing you the favor of marrying him in your place. Isn't that great?
I already said that you can do whatever you want. I don't get why you insist on keeping this conversation going.
You really are just so sad. Do you know that, sis? I mean, it's just so obvious how you're just trying to act tough right now. But I know that you're just heartbroken. What are you going to do with your life from here on out, huh? I mean, you don't even have a job, right? Weren't you totally relying on Felix to help support you? Well, what are you going to do now that your walking ATM has decided to go to another woman?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have a very respectable job and no money troubles, so I don't know where you heard that.
No. Come on, there is no need to lie to me about this. I already have the whole truth. I know that you don't make that much money and that you need Felix to be comfortable. I mean, Felix makes a ton of money from his job, so that's why you quit your job when you two got engaged, isn't that right? So I just want to know what you're going to do with your life now that you don't have a guy like Felix to take care of everything for you.
Well, I really appreciate your concern for me, sister, but I would rather you just butt out and leave me alone.
Oh, come on. You don't really think I'm just going to not worry about my sister, right? We're family. Of course I'm going to worry about you. I mean, you're not even going to be able to keep living in our parents' house after this, so I'm just really worried about what you're going to do from here on out.
I won't be able to live at Mom and Dad's house anymore. Just what do you mean by that?
Well, isn't it obvious? Felix canceled his lease for the apartment where the two of you were living, so now you only have until the end of this month to pack all of your bags and move out. Did you really think you were going to keep living there for free?
Wait, what? You mean Felix just told the leasing office that we weren't going to be keeping our lease? But he can't just do that.
Well, I'm afraid it's far too late to do anything about it now. It's already been done and there is nothing that you can do about it. So good luck living out the rest of your sad, lonely life.
Hillary, are you okay? How are you doing right now?
Hi there, Mom. I'm doing fine, I guess. I don't really know what else to say right now.
Well, I just want you to know that if there is anything that I can do for you, you can always ask me for help, you know.
That's very much like you, Mom. Thank you for always being there for me. But I really just don't even know what anyone could do in a situation like this. I mean, to think that my own little sister, that Opal would do this to me, steal my fiancé on the day we were supposed to get married?
I know. I really have no idea how she expects to come back from this. I know that your dad is just furious about this. He woke up the happiest I'd seen him in years, and now...
And to think that the day started so well for everyone, I just can't believe that it's all turned to this. I'm really just shocked. I don't know what else can even be said about it. Though, I suppose that I really shouldn't be all that surprised by this.
What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean that you shouldn't have been surprised? Did you know something about your sister and Felix?
Well, I kind of noticed that they seemed to be getting along really well, but I guess I just never wanted to dig into it more than I needed to. I knew that something weird was up, but I did a bit of looking. Dad wanted to look deeper into what it could be. But I guess this is what I get for letting it go on so long without doing anything about it.
I see. That must have been really hard on you then, Hillary. Especially knowing what you know now. I'm sorry that I never noticed that anything was going on either. I should have been more vigilant for my daughter.
Mom, please. There's no way that you could have seen this coming more than anyone else. But whatever, I'm over it. I just want to work on putting this as far behind me as possible. I need a drink.
I really understand how you feel, Hillary. But I don't think that you're going to find what you're looking for at the end of a bottle. But anyways, once you've packed up all your bags, you should come over to our house. You can still do your work even if you're at someone else's house, right?
Yeah, my company really doesn't care where I'm working as long as I have a connection to the internet. Thank you so much, Mom. You've always been there for me, and I just want you to know that I really appreciate it.
Hillary, please. You're my daughter. You don't need to thank your own mom for doing her job. I'm just sorry that things had to turn out this way.
Me too, Mom. Me too. Mind if I ask you to make something really special for dinner tonight?
Of course. I'll talk to your dad, and him and I will plan something amazing for us all to eat together tonight. But you shouldn't just lose this opportunity that you have here, you know. You have so many family members and friends who have to see you, and you should spend time with them.
That's a good way to think about it, Mom. Everything is already paid for anyways, so we might as well enjoy ourselves.
Hey there, Hillary. It has been a really, really long time since you and I have last spoken, huh? I was just wondering where you were living right now. I am visiting back home right now, and I really wanted to see you.
You've come back to visit him? What are you even talking about? Why are you even here?
I mean that I've come back to our hometown because I'm pregnant and I want to have my child where our family came from. And of course, it should go without saying that the child I'm carrying right now is none other than your former fiancé, my current husband, Felix's.
Wow. Well, I think you really have some nerve coming back to town like nothing has happened at all. I mean, you really have some serious nerve to do that. Do you know that? I think if I were you, I would never want anyone who knew me to ever see my face again. I think I would be way too ashamed of what I've done.
Well, what else am I supposed to do? I'm pregnant with a baby, so I have to have it in our hometown. I mean, isn't this what everyone does? I'm not about to skip doing this just because of what some nosy neighbors might have to say about me. Besides, I just know that Mom and Dad are going to be so happy to see me. This is going to be their first grandchild ever, after all. I'm sure they'll let everything go in light of that, don't you think?
You really think that Mom and Dad are going to want anything to do with you? You really don't know a thing, do you? You better not try to come near me or our parents ever again, got it?
Oh, come on now. There's no need to be like this, you know? Really, why are you being so rude to your pregnant sister? I'm only coming back because I want my family to support me while I'm pregnant. So anyways, really, what I'm trying to ask if you could move out of Mom and Dad's house for me.
And just why on earth would I ever want to do something like that for someone like you, huh?
Well, because I'm doing what's expected of me by coming back home to have my kid, so you should do whatever you can to help me by moving out of Mom and Dad's house and making room for me.
Opal, literally what in the world are you talking about? Do you really think that you could just show up and demand that kind of thing from me?
Oh, please. You're going to talk to me like that when you're nothing but a little leech on our parents? The least you could do for our family is to give up your room for me, your pregnant little sister. Besides, you have to know by now that Mom and Dad would much rather have you out of their house and hair than being the bum that you really are. Although I can't say that I blame you for wanting to stay so long there. After all, they are really, really good cooks. That would be tough to give up.
Opal, do you have any idea just how much of a terrible person you are? I mean, do you have any self-awareness at all, or do you just go through life not thinking about a single thing?
You think that I'm joking with you. I am pregnant with a child. I am thinking about the future, and that's why I'm here right now. So in case you haven't noticed, I am being the more productive daughter and now have more value than you in this family. So get that through your thick head right now.
You really need a reality check, do you know that? I mean, you want to talk about being family, but then try and kick me out of my own room? I'm sorry, Opal, but nobody is in the mood to take orders from you at all right now. Got it? So why don't you just turn around and never ever come back here?
There you are again, trying to act so tough for me even though you know I'm the stronger out of the two of us. I mean, do you really think that I'm going to be scared over my unemployed sister who still lives with our parents? Fat chance!
And just who do you think you are to make fun of people being jobless when you don't work either?
I am pregnant. I don't have to work because I have a good excuse to get out of it, thank you very much. Besides, just why in the world would I waste time working when I have my husband, Felix of course, to make all the money that we'll ever need? There's just no point in me even going out to work since it would hardly make a difference compared to what Felix is bringing home every month.
So you really think that Felix is as rich as you imagine him to be then?
Aw, are you really concerned about my married life when you don't have a job, man, prospects, and any hope for the future at all? Just who do you think you are to talk to me like that, huh?
I'm sorry, Opal. Are you done here? I have things I need to get back to doing now.
Of course we're not through here. I'm still going to be coming home and I still want you out of your room so that I can stay there. You're old enough to be married and yet you're still living with Mom and Dad. If they aren't going to kick you out into the real world, then I will.
Well, that's going to be a problem when my boyfriend and I live together in a nice condo building.
You're such a liar. Do you really think that I'm going to buy that? You are so pathetic it's beyond sad at this point.
Well, I don't know what to tell you except that I'm being totally honest. But yeah, it's the truth. I don't even live with Mom and Dad anymore, so... I mean, did you really think that nothing would change in anyone's life for 2 years while you ran around and did what you did?
There you go again, trying to talk down to me. I thought I told you to cut that out. I already know that you're lying, so I don't get why you insist on being like this. But I know that there's no way that you're dating anyone. That's just too much. And to think that on top of that, you're trying to tell me that you and him live together in some nice big building? Nice try. Even if I were to accept that all that were true, I bet that it's not even your place. You just moved from leeching off Mom and Dad to some poor sap.
There you go again, making assumptions about things that you have no idea about. Just when did I say that it was my boyfriend's condo, huh? You really have no idea at all about what my life has been like.
Well, I know that when we last talked, you had a terrible job and could barely even support yourself with Felix there to cover all the big expenses.
I already told you that when Felix and I got married, I didn't quit working or anything like that. I just started freelancing with my skills instead. I was able to find clients willing to pay me much more than I was making when I was working for the company that I was at before. And since I don't have to go into an office or anything like that anymore, it really is much easier since I can work from anywhere I have internet, basically.
Wait a second. You mean that this whole time you've been working as a freelancer? You've got to be kidding me. I had no idea about any of that. But if you're a freelancer, then that's even worse than not having a job at all.
Wow, Opal, I really have to ask, do you ever get embarrassed about being so wrong about every little thing that you send to me? I mean, I feel like I would just start to have some shame after a while.
The only person who should feel ashamed about themselves and their lives is you, Hillary. You've done nothing with your life, and all you're doing is lying to me about what you're doing. This settles it. This whole thing is just a huge fib. You're still living with Mom and Dad, and you haven't had a job in years. So you better pack up your bags, because I'm going to be arriving to Mom and Dad soon, and I will be kicking you out whether you like it or not. Got it?
Opal, what is the matter with you? Have you not read any of the messages that I've been sending to you? I literally don't even live with Mom and Dad anymore. I live together with my boyfriend. There is no room to even pack up and move out to make room for you. Got it?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for you to show me around your condo and your boyfriend when I get to Mom and Dad's. I'm sure that you guys are living in the lap of luxury together.
You really have no idea at all about what you're talking about, do you?
Hey, Hillary, are you there? Seriously, I need you to respond to me right away. What the heck is going on? Did I miss something? I mean, what is this? Why is there nothing where our house used to be? It's just a parking lot here now.
Well, that would probably be because last year, Mom and Dad moved out of their house and sold the property to a development company who then proceeded to build a parking lot where Mom and Dad's house used to be on the property that was sold to them. So basically, to sum this all up in a very succinct and easy to understand brief encapsulation of the information that you're looking for now that you have gone there and seen that Mom and Dad have moved out of their house, Mom and Dad no longer live there.
But, I mean, so you're just telling me that Mom and Dad moved out of their house. And then not only that, but they sold the property that the house existed on to a company? And then that company demolished the house that was on the property that Mom and Dad sold to them, and in that same place they decided to make a parking lot? Why didn't you tell me about any of this earlier while we were talking? I told you that I was going to Mom and Dad's house. You should have told me that it isn't there anymore. I came all this way and there's no house left.
And just why should I have anything to tell you about it, huh? You're lucky that I even responded to this message to explain to you that Mom and Dad moved out and sold their house and that a parking lot was built where their house used to be. So if you really think that I owe you anything after all that you've done to me, you really do have something else coming.
But then, wait a second. What am I supposed to do if Mom and Dad aren't living in their house anymore?
I don't know. I guess you'll probably just have to go back to your house with Felix and have your baby there.
But no, you don't get it. But that just isn't going to work for me at all. Can you please just tell me where it is that Mom and Dad are living right now if they are not living here where they used to?
You want me to tell you where our Mom and Dad are living right now? No way. I am never going to tell you the place where both of our parents are currently residing.
But why not? Why won't you tell me the location of the place where our parents are currently living now that they've moved out of their old house?
Well, that's because Mom and Dad and even I want nothing to do with you ever again. You aren't a member of this family anymore. You made your choice when you betrayed me on the day that I was supposed to get married to Felix, but instead you stole him from me.
But wait, you all can't just cut me out of your lives like this. I mean, this is something we should all deal with together as a family. How can I say my piece if I don't know where anyone lives?
It's okay. I don't really think that any of us care all that much about what you have to say anyways, so you can save it. And that's why I am not going to be telling you where it is that our parents have moved to.
Well, fine. If you aren't going to tell me where Mom and Dad are living right now, then I guess I'll call Mom and have her tell me herself.
Yeah, that really isn't going to work out any better for you. You should know.
Hey, Mom, are you there? It's your youngest daughter, Opal. I know it's been a long time since we've talked, but you still remember me, right? I was actually going to visit home to surprise you and Dad, but when I got to where our house used to be, there's nothing but a parking lot here. So, anyways, I was wondering if you could please tell me where it is that you and Dad are now currently living since you both moved out of the old house? I have lots of presents that I need to give you, so please tell me where I can go to give them to you.
Hello and goodbye.
Whoa! whoa, wait, hold on. Hold it right there. It is me, your daughter. You can't just say hello and then goodbye to me.
Actually, you are no longer my daughter as far as I am concerned. I have no idea who you are, but you are nothing to me.
What are you talking about, Mom? It's me. It's Opal. Mom, it's me, your daughter. You remember me, won't you? Please tell me that you know who I am.
I'm sorry, but I only have one daughter, and her name is Hillary. I don't think I know a single person named Opal. No, I'm thinking about it, and no one really comes to mind at all.
Wait, no, Mom. I know that Hillary said you all wanted to cut me out of your life, but not like this. I didn't think that she was being serious. Please, Mom, you can't just pretend like I never existed. I'm your daughter. You have to know that. Just please tell me where you and Dad are living.
I'm really sorry, but I am not about to give out my address to some person I have never met in my life.
Mom, please, don't talk to me like this. It's me, your daughter. You know me. I've tried calling Dad's phone over and over again, but he isn't taking any of my calls or getting back to my messages. But we're all family. You can't just treat me like this. You're being so cruel to me right now.
Cruel? You want to talk about cruel? I don't think that the person who stole their own sister's husband has a right to talk about what is and isn't cruel. Do you have any idea the pain that you caused Hillary?
But I mean, does this mean that you remembered who I really am then, Mom?
Well, I don't know how I was supposed to keep up that act when you were sitting there crying as if you were the victim in all of this and not your sister. But if you really want to know, your father and I haven't and will never forgive you for what you did to poor Hillary. And by the way, you should also know that we all know your little secret.
Wait, secret? What are you talking about? What secret are you talking about that you're saying that you all know about?
You know exactly the secret that I told you that we all know that you were trying to keep quiet but has become known.
Wait, what? That sentence barely even made sense. I don't get it. Please, you have to know it wasn't my fault. It's just that all my life I felt like Hillary was the better sister. I thought that if I could just make Felix mine that it would prove that we were equals. Please don't leave me, Mom. I didn't think that things would go like this.
Nobody ever compared you to your sister, and nobody ever put you down compared to Hillary. If you really did always feel that way, then that is unfortunate. But that is still your problem, and you should have sought professional help for it.
Wait, what? You mean, you think I should have just gone to see a mental health professional about this complex that I've developed? That's the stupidest advice that I've ever heard.
Well, you can call it what you like, but it doesn't change the fact that you've lost your family because of delusions that you have never sought to address in a healthy way. But when you betrayed your sister like that on the day that she was supposed to be getting married, you crossed a line that is never going to be uncrossed. You removed yourself from this family.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that, Mom? You can't really think that I thought that I was removing myself from the family when I did what I did, right?
I heard that you were coming to try and surprise us with a visit, so we told everyone that we know to not tell you our address under any circumstances. So you're never going to find us. The smart thing to do would be to turn around and go home. If you even have a place to go home to, that is.
So then you really do know about the secret that I was confused about you knowing earlier. I didn't think that you actually knew it, but that last sentence really confirms that you must know it.
Well, anyways, I don't have anything else to say to a woman like you. So have a good life.
Hey, sis, are you there right now? I was just curious why you told me to go back to Felix's earlier.
Are you stupid or something? Why do you think I would tell you something like that? It's because I want you to go home already.
Right, but I mean, do you have any idea at all why it is that I'm coming home by myself to have this child? I'm sure that you have to know the truth if you've talked to Mom about this at all. But But what I don't get is why would you pretend to not know the secret that I'm talking about that you are saying you don't know but that I think you know because Mom knows and that's how I know that you know?
Well, I don't think this really has anything to do with me. It sounds more like a question that you need to answer yourself.
Wait. What do you mean? So you know that Felix is going to be arrested.
I had heard that Felix appeared to have gotten himself in some kind of legal trouble or something of the sort. The articles I was reading have something to do about running scams from the company. I guess it really is a good thing that you stole a man like that from me.
But then you know how much trouble I'm in since he is going to be arrested for doing exactly what you said. That is, scamming people through his company, which he is going to be arrested for, right?
Well, I just don't think it's my business since it's between you and your husband. After all, Felix and I never got married, remember?
Please, I don't have money and Felix's assets have been frozen. I don't have a place to go home to and I don't have any way to support myself at all. I'm already swimming in my own debt. You have to help me. I don't know how I'm supposed to go on like this right now. You have to do something.
And just why in the world do you think that your problems have anything to do with me at all, huh?
Please, you have to help me. I'm pregnant and I have no money and I'm homeless. Don't you have any pity for me in your heart at all?
Oh, please. Are you still telling people that you're pregnant? You know that no one believes that, right?
But I don't get it. How did you figure out that I was lying about being pregnant this whole time?
Because I already knew that Felix isn't able to have any children of his own. So if you were really pregnant, then there would only be a few explanations of what could have happened. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time talking to you. You know that none of us are going to help you and that you've already lost your place in this family. Why don't you just disappear out of all our lives again and leave us alone, huh? After that, I blocked Opal on everything as she proceeded to blow up my phone with so many messages begging me for help, and not to leave her alone. And after I blocked her, I never heard from her again. I heard that she even managed to track my boyfriend and I to what city we were living in, but she still couldn't find us. She begged family and friends and everyone she could think of for information on where our parents, as well as I, had moved to, but no one was interested in telling her. In fact, I think most people took that as a sign to block her as well. So if Opal really was drowning in debt and had no home to go to, then I really have no idea what she's up to at all. I hear some news come down through the grapevine now and then about someone who thinks they might have seen her. As for Felix, I heard he was arrested and is serving jail time for his fraud charges. He also had no one willing to stand up for him after what he did to me either. So I really have no idea who Opal could have turned to for help, but anyways, I say good riddance. You might be wondering about where it was that my mom and dad did end up moving to. Well, my boyfriend was actually a very wealthy real estate agent, so when we all decided to move away from our hometown to avoid Opal, just in case she were ever to return one day, like she eventually ended up doing, he was able to help my parents find a good deal on a new place to live. Funny enough, if Opal had managed to track my boyfriend and I down, then she certainly would have been able to find Mom and Dad because after they sold their house and moved out, they moved into the condo just a few floors beneath ours. We've really enjoyed getting to live so close to each other, but we all realize how dangerous it might be if Opal were to show up.
I heard that you're getting a little carried away. You'd better not act all self-righteous in front of me, though. I'm the leader of the school moms, and no one should speak up against me.
Your name is Karen, right? I remember meeting you at the kindergarten party the other day. Your son is Ryan, if I remember correctly.
Did you really need to confirm all of that with me? We just met. There's no reason for you to forget. How can you be so forgetful? How old are you anyway?
We just met and I only gave you my phone number because our children go to the same kindergarten. I barely know you and you're already trying to boss me around. I've never met anyone so overpowering like you before. I hope that our children will get along better.
Just because our children go to the same kindergarten doesn't mean that I have to be nice to you. Like I said, I'm the boss around here and you should show some respect.
What's your point? Do you need to let everyone know that you're the boss to feel important? I think that as two adults, we owe it to our children to try to get along, seeing as they're going to be going to the same kindergarten. That's all. Could you please stop trying to boss me around and be more amicable?
Are you trying to make me look like the bad person here? I can't believe that you say these things to my face and still want to try to be friendly with me. You're a joke. If you want to get along with me, you need to start by listening to what I say.
What the hell is your problem? I don't understand how you can just announce yourself as the boss of all moms. It just doesn't make any sense. What makes you so superior? The only reason why we have to try to get along is because our children go to the same kindergarten. I don't intend on becoming one of your minions. Why would you want to go out of your way to tell me how important you are?
Are you sure that you want to be this way toward me?
What do you mean?
Don't you know who my father is? That's why you have the audacity to be so rude to me. You're the only one at the school that didn't come and introduce yourself to me.
Are you talking about the party at the kindergarten? I went and introduced myself to all the parents that were at the party. I'm sure we talked a little as well.
Well, you needed to have greeted me more properly. I'm not like everyone else. You treated me like all the others, and that in of itself is disrespectful and unforgivable.
Do you need to be so angry about such a trivial matter? You're making me laugh by being so intense. What is your problem?
What are you trying to say?
Look, I'd apologize if I felt that I've offended you in any way, but in this case, I don't think that I've done anything wrong. Why are you trying to make such a big deal out of nothing?
Your lousy attitude says it all. You're being very rude to me. Did you know that my father is a member of the Japanese mafia?
What?
Are you sure that you want to continue disrespecting me like this? You're going to really regret it if you continue to behave this way towards me.
How am I going to regret this? Could you please be more specific? But I understand now. You're using your father to control all the parents at the school, but in reality, they're just scared of you. No one wants to spend any time with you.
No, you're wrong. They respect me.
Are you sure about that?
The entrance ceremony is coming up, and I hope that you'll treat me with respect when we meet again then. Otherwise, you'll regret it. I'm sure of it.
Is that a threat? Why do I need to respect you just because your father is a mafia member? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Our children happen to go to the same kindergarten. That's the only relationship we have here. There's no need for you to try and act all superior. We're equals.
I think that you should try to understand that I'm more important than you. Your child is going to feel really uncomfortable if you don't get along with the other moms. And I know for a fact that the other moms will side with me. If you can't be respectful towards me, then I guess all I can say to you is watch your back.
Okay, whatever. You're not going to change my mind. It seems like you don't have anything important to say to me, so I'll be signing off now.
I told you so. You're so stupid for not taking my advice. This is what happens when you disrespect me.
You're unbelievable, you know that? I can't believe that you kicked me in the back just because I was standing in front of you at the entrance ceremony. What message are you trying to send me? You're psychotic.
Well, you deserved what you got. If you don't want something like that to happen again, you should start treating me with respect. I'm sure that you learned your lesson. If you're willing to change your attitude, I'd be willing to forgive you.
Forgive me? What the hell? I could go to the police and report what you did to me. You physically hurt my back and caused me emotional pain as well. The teachers and parents at the kindergarten were shocked by what you did to me. They were all watching.
I don't care that the others saw me. Besides, only the moms saw me. No dads were at the ceremony, which made it easier for me to act the way that I wanted to. I think that I proved to everyone that I'm the strongest mom at the school. And I'm sure that after today, no one else would be stupid enough to try to talk back to me.
You're not making any sense to me. It's a waste of my time for me to be talking to you like this. What you did to me was a crime of violence, and you'll be punished by the law accordingly. I'm reporting the incident to the police.
What the hell? There's going to be payback if you do that.
Payback? What more is there you could do to me?
You're really irritating me right now. I wish that your child wasn't at the same kindergarten as Ryan. Do you think that I'll ever forgive you if you go to the police about this?
Look, it wasn't my fault that I happened to be standing in front of you today. If you didn't want to be near me, you could have moved.
Why do I have to be the one to move? My dad is a mafia member. He could have destroyed you, you know. You shouldn't make this such a big deal. It was nothing. But if you want to go to the police, I can't stop you.
You're right, you can't stop me. And don't try to threaten me because that's also a crime.
I'm just stating the facts. If you report the incident to the police, my father will come after you. I'm just warning you because I wouldn't want you to regret your decision later. Isn't that nice of me?
I can't believe that you're using your father to threaten me. You're pathetic.
Don't tell me that I'm pathetic. You don't know who you're dealing with here. I only kicked you in the back today because you were in the way. Don't make such a big deal out of it. And I really don't think that it's a good idea for you to go to the police with this.
Well, just to let you know, I just finished reporting the incident to the police.
What?
They'll be in touch with you soon. I'm putting an end to your shenanigans. I'm so pissed off with you that I don't care what you think about me. I'm the one that's not going to forgive you. I can't believe that you're trying to act like the victim when you're clearly the offender here. You should be put in your place.
How many times do I have to tell you that my dad is a member of the mafia? Doesn't that scare you? Are you sure that you've made the right choice here?
I am. I'd like to stop talking to you now. You're not adding anything new to this conversation. I already informed the police about what you did to me, so you can deal with it however you like. You can call your daddy if it makes you feel better.
You've got to be kidding me. I've been nice up until now, but I won't be anymore. I really will call my dad, and you'll regret it later. I know that you will.
Yes, you go ahead and call your dad. I don't care. It's really immature of you to bring your father into this, but whatever.
I don't think that I'm the only one being immature about this. This is all your fault. You should have never picked a fight with me in the first place.
I really don't care that your father's a mafia member. That doesn't scare me at all. By the way, my husband is a police officer.
This is the first time that I'm hearing about this.
That's why it really doesn't affect me that your father is a mafia member. I didn't do anything wrong. You're the one that assaulted me.
But do we really need to involve the police? Can't we talk about this?
Well, I'm not lying about the fact that my husband is a police officer, but I'm not sure if what you're saying about your father being a mafia member is actually true.
What do you mean by that? Are you suggesting that I'm lying? Why would I lie about such a thing?
Are you sure about that? I had my husband look up your father's name and he wasn't listed as a mafia member.
What? So you told your husband about me?
Of course I did. He's my husband. He has the right to know. The name you gave me isn't even your father because that person doesn't have a daughter. We checked with him and told him that you were telling people that he was your father.
Why would you go that far? That was totally unnecessary.
Man told us he'd never heard of you and that you're a total stranger to him. But he now knows that you've been using his name and threatening local restaurants to serve you free food. He was pretty angry about that. He also didn't like the fact that you were threatening the people around you using his name.
Why did you have to go talk to him? You didn't have to give the mafia my name.
Well, I needed to in order to get the facts straight. If you didn't want the mafia to find out about you, you shouldn't have been using one of their names as your father's name in the first place.
I didn't have any other choice, okay? You should have never given the mafia my name. You need to fix this.
Why should I? Besides, I think it's too late to do anything about it now. You were just being selfish. You wanted to boss the other mums at the kindergarten around, so this is all your fault. And now that we know your secret, you can't try to threaten us anymore. I suggest that you apologize to the other mums too for your behavior up until now.
Did you tell the other moms about this? This sucks. Now all the other moms think that I'm a big, fat liar.
But it's true, isn't it? You are a liar. You can't hide from the truth anymore.
I just kicked you in the back. That's all. Can't we put this behind us? What did I ever do to you?
You kicked an innocent person's back and injured them. You had no reason to kick me, but you did anyway.
I just wanted to get you to show me a little more respect, that's all. Now I understand that I let things get out of hand. I didn't want you to try to take my place as leader at the kindergarten. I felt threatened, which is why I was acting all bossy. I didn't mean to hurt you, and I'm sorry.
You just don't get it. You're not supposed to kick anyone. Even if you didn't mean to, it's still not something that's allowed. My parents taught me at a young age that it's not okay to be violent with someone. What if you'd broken one of my bones? How were you going to take responsibility for something like that?
I didn't kick you that hard. I wouldn't have been able to break any of your bones.
Well, I have bruises on my back which show how hard you kicked me, and I went to the hospital to get medical certificate as well.
Was that really necessary? You're making this a much bigger deal than it really is.
You just don't get it, do you? Today was supposed to be a day of celebrating the start of my son's kindergarten life, but you completely ruined it. I had to spend the rest of my day in the hospital when I should have been out with my family celebrating. This is all your fault and you need to take responsibility for it. You should have never lied about your father or threatened your parents at the kindergarten. You're so pathetic that I feel sorry for you.
Do you have to call me pathetic on top of calling me a liar?
Well, it's true, so I hope that you don't get in too much trouble for what you did to me. But you can't hide what you did for me from your husband, seeing that the police will be getting in touch with you.
Don't bring my husband into this. I'm not going to go out of my way to tell him about this.
He's going to find out from the police whether you like it or not. Don't think that you can hide this from him.
Melanie, I'm really sorry about what I did to you. I really don't want my husband to find out about this, though.
It's too late to apologize to me now. I'm not going to help you out of the mess that you created, and I don't intend on ever speaking to you again. I bet the Mafia's on their way to your house to have a word with you. You can't hide any of it.
Melanie, wait! Our sons go to the same kindergarten, remember? Can't we sort this out like adults? It'd be better for our kids if we got along too. Let's talk before you make any decisions that you'll regret later.
At first, that's how I felt, but after what you did to me today, I want nothing to do with you. And I'm fairly certain that the other mums feel the same way. No one considers you to be the leader of the mums anymore.
You told everyone else too?
I didn't have to. They saw you kicking me and asked if I was okay. I just answered their questions. They were concerned about me. I'm sure that no one will talk to you anymore, but I guess you can make yourself some new friends that will believe that you have a father that's a Mafia member. I have a feeling that this is the end of the life that you used to enjoy, though. In the end, Karen's husband found out about what his wife had done to Melanie from the police reports. And the Mafia member whose name that Karen had been using as her father's came over to Karen's house in anger. Karen's husband was fed up with her and decided to divorce her. The Mafia forced Karen to compensate them back for the damages that she caused to them. The police questioned Karen and she was ordered to pay Melanie for the suffering that she caused her. Karen lost her family and all her money and was completely hopeless. We're left to wonder what it was that she was really after. What was the point in her bullying all the other mums like that? The other mums appreciated Melanie for standing up for herself and the other mums. They all spent a happy time at the kindergarten now that Karen was out of their lives.